recording. And thank you all very much for coming. And yeah, I think we've got some lovely things to share tonight, today. So let's do as we always do. Just take some nice, slow, deep breaths, get into that lovely, peaceful state. And we know that breath is a gift of life. It contains the elixir of life. So let's just focus on that wonderful gift as we take some slow, deep breaths. And now let's focus on our heartbeat. Let's listen for our heartbeat and feel our heartbeat. And place our attention with that heartbeat in the center of our chest. And we can visualize with every heartbeat, which we know is a pulse of light, a great gift coming down from our mighty iron presence through the silver cord to the top of our head and anchored in our heart, in our threefold flame, a beautiful gift of life. So let's just see and feel that wonderful gift, that light coming through for us. And let's see now in the center of our chest, enveloping our threefold flame, that beautiful pink, golden, yellow, and blue plumes in the secret chamber in our hearts, and expanded now. Expand and expand that threefold flame as we focus on it. We love it and we bless it. The light from our mighty iron presence. We just see it filling our earthly bodies. We sit in that golden plume. We can make it dazzling and brilliant, that golden yellow color. So you become the golden being. Just see our bodies becoming that dazzling golden light, just like a noonday sun. The light is bright as the noonday sun. And we see the pink plume on the right side of us, just behind our right shoulder, expanded. And it's filled with that wonderful feeling of unconditional love. The golden plume is that wisdom, illumination, perception, and discrimination. And then we see the beautiful sapphire blue, the crystal blue color to the left side of us, behind our left shoulder. And we see that expanded threefold flame enveloping our four earthly bodies. Every cell, atom, and electron of our earthly bodies, all conscious and intelligent little inner workers, filled with that wonderful light. And we know they love to receive that light. So we visualize it and we call it in. And now let's just enfold it all in a sun, like a noonday sun. As we become these mighty suns, the light from our iron presence in the lower realm. And we just visualize ourselves as these dazzling suns of light. And then let's, as we always do, fill our feelings with that wonderful feeling of love and gratitude. And I know that we all have so many, many blessings that we can think of that make us feel deeply, deeply grateful. Grateful for these wonderful teachings where we have the knowledge of our iron presence, the knowledge of the light, the great ascended ones. Just so much gratitude for all our blessings, our loved ones, our homes, our supply, just the gifts of nature, so willingly and lovingly given each one of us. We bless it all. And now let's just feel those these rays. They leave us now. They leave our heart centers and they connect up throughout the world, wherever we are around the world. We connect it up through these rays of light, which have turned that deep, beautiful pink shade, because they're filled with that feeling of love and gratitude. They have a golden radiance, dazzling. We can just imagine our earth now enfolded in this blanket of pink and golden light. Every part of life feels our feeling of love and gratitude, which really comes from our I am presence. All powerful. We just bless all life. And we just give thanks for this. And now Trey is going to read for us the opening invocation. Thank you so much, Trey.
Thanks, Anthea. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Katumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you.
Marvelous. Bless you. Thank you, Trey. That's lovely. Okay. So we've got the topics for the week. So Donna's going to continue reading Unveiled Mysteries, and then we've got Mysteries of the Yellowstone, and it's always so lovely and interesting from our beloved Saint Germain, written by Godfrey Ray King. And then we're going to listen to the Spiritual Caravan. You know, I play it at the workshops, and it's just such a lovely thing. And I just thought I'd play it again. I know we did listen to it, but I think it was many months ago. But it's just so profound from Beloved Elmora, and so symbolic, I feel, of the time we're in right now. And then beloved Terry's going to read Nations of Destiny, because I thought it would be nice to follow on from last week, where we were really honoring beloved America, that great, land of light, which, as we know, is so important. So I just thought that would be nice. And then I'm going to read from Lady Naja, which is Friendship with the Gods, and our beloved Ant's going to read our decrees for us. Lead us through the decrees. So we'll start now, because quite a long sessions. I hope it doesn't go over time. But anyway, thank you, beloved Donna. Let me just get it up.
Thank you, beloved Anthea. So marvelous to be here with this marvelous group. I'm just honored. Thank you so much. Love this book, Unveiled Mysteries. Amazing. Okay. And we're reading The Mysteries of the Yellowstone. I have come to take you on an important journey. We will be gone 36 hours. Draw the curtains to your room, lock the doors, and leave your body in bed. It will be guarded until our return. You have made certain inner advancement, and a very interesting, delightful experience and journey are ahead of you. I prepared my body for bed and soon became very still. A moment later, I stood upon the floor outside of my body, clothed in the same golden garment I had worn on my visit to the royal Teton. The sense of density one has about the walls was gone, and as I passed through them, the feeling was that which one experiences when walking through a heavy fog, the wall itself losing its sense of density. This time, I was clearly conscious of passing through space. I did not ask where we were going, but it was not long until we came to the Royal Teton. Toward the east stood the towering Rockies, and beyond them stretched vast plains that will one day be teeming with semi-tropical vegetation, and its people living in peace and abundance. To the west, we could see the Sierra and Cascade Mountains, and still farther on, the Coast Range, whose shoreline is all to be changed. Northward, we look down upon the Yellowstone, whose marvelous beauty veils its ancient mysteries and wonders from our present American civilization. The word Yellowstone, explains Saint Germain, has been brought down through the centuries for more than 14,000 years. At that time, the civilization of Poseidonius had reached a very high point of attainment because a great master of light was at the head of the government. It was only during the last 500 years that the decline took place and the misuse of her great wisdom held sway. Within the present boundaries of the Yellowstone, which are still the same, existed the richest gold mine the world has ever known. It belonged to the government, and much of its wealth was used for experimental and research purposes in chemistry, invention, and science. 37 miles from this place was located a diamond mine. The stones taken from it were the most beautiful yellow diamonds that have ever been found within this earth before or since that period. Among the gems which came from the mine were a few rare stones of very remarkable beauty and perfection. If properly cut, they showed a tiny blue flame at the center that looked like liquid light. When worn by certain individuals, the radiance from this flame could be seen more than an inch above the surface of the stone. These were held sacred and only used in the highest, most sacred rites of the ascended masters. 16 of them are still held in sacred trust by the Brotherhood of the Royal Teton and will again be brought into use at an appointed time. It was because of these magnificent yellow diamonds that the present name Yellowstone has come down to us. You, my son, were the discoverer of both mines. I will reveal the records that are the physical evidence of what I have just been telling you. These records give the date of their discovery, amount of wealth taken out, length of time operated, description of the machinery used, which handled refractory ores, recovering 87% of their value, running of it into bullion while yet in the mine, making unnecessary any operation at the surface, where shipped, and the date of closing and sealing. Here are the duplicate records. In the life on Poseidonus, you lived in a beautiful home with a sister who is now Lotus. Both attained and maintained close contact with the inner God self. So God was truly in action at all times. You were an official in the Bureau of Mines, and through that connection, invented and built a wonderful airship. In it, you traveled a great deal over the mountains. One day, while in deep meditation, you were shown the location of these mines, which you later discovered, opened up, and turned over to the government. With this explanation, I will now show you proof of what I have described, although there is not a trace of these mines on the surface today. Come, we will enter the mine itself.
Marvelous. Thank you, beloved Donna. All right, so now we're going to listen to the spiritual caravan. I hope you enjoy this. These are profound words from our beloved Ascended Master Elmoira, the spiritual caravan. Beloved friends of light and love, I am the gentleman who is responsible for taking your individual little boats out of the shallows into the deep blue sea. It is perhaps wise and expedient that I remain for a time behind the human veil, for it is a measure of protection to my life stream as well as to your own. I would endeavour in speaking thus with you informally to give you an understanding of what is the design behind this endeavour, why it was brought forth, and to what purpose we wish to sustain it. With understanding comes illumination and willing obedience. The life stream who obeys without understanding is but the serf and the slave, and serves no good purpose to the masters in this work, which is to become worldwide in its action in the days and years ahead. We are engaged, the other Ascended Masters and myself, in the building of a bridge which will endure until every man and woman and child that belongs to this evolution has passed from the realm of imperfection and limitation over it into God's freedom. Into and under that bridge we are building a foundation made of strong and valiant, hand-picked, hand-chosen life streams who can bear the weight and strength of the energies of the masses when they begin to cross from the shadows into sunshine, from darkness into light, from limitation into freedom, from disease into health and perfection. Some of you have builded bridges through the ages. Some of you know how very important it is to have a strong foundation, lest the weight of the individuals who use it in the future might be more than it could carry. We are the engineers who are endeavouring to find out the strength of the various life streams whom we have called to the colours. Those who choose to remain with us shall have the great privilege and honour of becoming the living foundation of this bridge of living light. When first mankind came out of the heart of God, a bridge of light was sustained, made up of the wide sweep of each one's own silver cord, and every one was in full conscious communion with the God Self. Over that bridge walked the masters and the angels. Over that bridge walked the teachers, the gurus, the guides, and the guardians of the race. Mankind lived in exceeding peace, for they had the counsel of perfection upon which to build their individual endeavours. As the ages passed, that bridge, even like the beautiful marble bridge at Shambhala, disintegrated, as each individual life stream withdrew his attention and withdrew the separate span of his own life energy from the overall width and strength, until that bridge became thin as a spider's web, maintained and sustained by the very few saints and sages of every age, who, foregoing personal pleasure, chose through the attention to hold a connection with the God beings, who, at the farther side of that bridge, vowed to sustain it so long as one remained upon this planet who would send up the span from Earth. Do you know that previous to the coming of Sanat Kumara, there were ages when only one life stream held that bridge? Only one life stream kept it from being severed eternally, and the entire evolution swept into the second death? When our great Lord Sanat Kumara came from Venus, his first activity was to magnetize, through his own heart's light, the sleeping souls of the guardians of the race, who had, unfortunately, joined the sleeping evolution for which they vowed to care. Through love he drew in their finer bodies while the physical garment slept, these souls who once had stood before the throne of the Eternal and gave the pledge or vow to life to see this evolution free. To these guardians he spoke, as only he can speak, until their hearts were filled with love for the mankind of Earth, and they re-entered their bodies on waking with a deep, determined desire to stimulate the God fire within the mankind of Earth, and send up those energies to recreate the bridge of light. Why do you think Shambhala has been called through the ages City of the Bridge? Ah, true, there was a lovely carved marble span across which your feet and mine walked in happy innocence, but the bridge that Sanat Kumara builds is made up of the energies of the aspirations and hopes, the prayers and dedications and devotions of incarnate souls. Again and again through the ages, the great have come, and through the stimulus of their presence have raised a small number into their ascension. Then, for a time, the bridge was strong, and over it passed the fortunate few, who availed themselves of the cosmic moment, before the religion was stripped of its spiritual significance, and became again a dogma of words. If it was not for those few within every age, not one would have achieved his own eternal victorious mastery and ascension. Now again we come, rallying to the banners of Saint Germain, to build a bridge over which every member of this race shall pass. Not only the billions who are presently enjoying themselves in the sleep of the senses incarnate, but also the billions who are awaiting the opportunity for re-embodiment. Some whose creation is so heavy that they would move the very earth from its axis were they to be admitted until places were made for them by the removal of another presently incarnate soul. For 1 year we have coaxed and pleaded with and loved you, but now we move forward with those who choose to come. Have you ever joined a caravan to cross the trackless wastes of the deserts? Yes, some among you have. I joined one once, following a star, hoping to find a Christ, and I was rewarded. I remember well the preparations of the leader of that caravan, who agreed to accept, on certain terms, pilgrims from various parts of the world, who chose to band their strengths together, and then, after the goal was reached, to go their separate ways. I remember how fierce this leader was. I remember thinking at the time how heartless, for I had not in my conscious mind a memory of the desert, the wasteland, and conditions of nature against which the puny form of the physical body would be required to stand. He was a rough man, and an uncouth one, and he spoke in rough terms. He asked us, each one, if we carried with us a knife, and someone asked why, and he said, "It is better to die upon the knife than to die of thirst in the desert. If you should weaken, because we cannot stop, we must be on our way." Some among our number left the band. He examined well what we carried. He insisted that those who carried too many worldly goods unload their camels or their horses and place in their stead plain water. There was grumbling, because in the exchange of costly goods was money and interest and reward. Some there were who hid worldly goods in their skins in place of water, and they died upon the deserts. He asked us if we wore beneath the silken garments of the day protection against the heat of the desert sun, lest we be stricken as we moved relentlessly forward. Many other things were asked. He was relentless in that discipline. Those of us who abided with his counsel
remained with that caravan to the end, and others' bones are bleaching yet beneath the desert sun. Now I seem to hear down through the ages the shout of the leader as he gave forth the signal to proceed. From group to group the call went forth. The sneering camels rose on their reluctant legs. The fiery horses champed at the bit. The lumbering elephants followed slowly, and the ho, ho, ho of the leader resounded through the heart and spirit. I stand in that place today, friends of my heart. We can tarry no longer in the personal self. We go forth to build a world in which perfection shall be the lot of every man. The spiritual sound of the fire of my heart inspires those of you who wish to ride with me in this service. To those who choose to remain, I say, you will cross on the bridge we build one day in safety, in a great deal more comfort, and in a great deal more peace. I cannot force you to be among those who are the builders of the bridge, whose very bodies are sacrificed to the task, whose consciousness is open to the almost superhuman release from our octave. There is blood and sweat and tears in the service of those who choose to respond to the hoe of the spiritual caravan. To those who choose to wait, there will be a beautiful white span made up of the electronic light of those life streams who have lived and died in service. It will be soft to your feet. It will be safe, and the raging torrent beneath will have no danger for you. Someone who has gone before will have stood to his neck in that water, and perhaps been wasted away in the raging flow of the tides. These latter are the men and women who are the builders of this age. Those of you who are ready have been given my individual and collective counsel and opportunity. Avail yourselves of it. If you choose, we march. Beloved ones, having delivered myself of my message, may I assure you I also have developed, which was an essential ingredient to my release, a sweeter side. I have spoken officially, and now I speak as a friend. I love you. I loved you enough to stand before the Mahachahan and implore him to give me the opportunity to contact a few of you and prove that there are incarnate life streams who can believe in intelligences who have no way and means of reaching the outer consciousness through the veil except through an instrument as he would allow. I pledged my life, a great store of my personal energies harnessed reluctantly, for I am a freeborn man, and I have written countless words harnessing the energies of my world to coax you to understand. Elmira.
All right, sure. Such stirring words from beloved Omar for all of us, I think. All right, so this one this is from beloved Lord Lanto, as we know, just short ones, gems from the Ascended Masters, which we like to pop in every week. So he says, this year, beloved ones, there has come out of the great silence a being who will be of great benefit to you individually if you choose to call upon him. You have heard the phrase often that order is heaven's first law. This being is the God of divine order. Order in your personal affairs, order in your emotional reactions, order in your thinking and your thinking faculties, order in your physical world and surroundings. They are yours if you choose to invite him. We know him in our realm as the beloved Principal, the God of divine order. Those of you who desire to be the forerunners, who carry the kingdom of heaven to the people of earth, will want to represent heaven's first law, which is divine order. Therefore, this great being has come forth for the first time since the laggards came and disorder began to manifest upon the planet Earth and its inner atmosphere. So there we have a wonderful opportunity to call to beloved great God Principal, the God of divine order. So, and I know that there's some of us chat about it sometimes and how he really is just quite extraordinary how he helps you. So that's an idea for all of us. Okay, beloved, Terry's going to read now, Nation of Destiny. Let me just prop it up here. Thank you, beloved Terry.
Thank you. Good day, everybody. Nations of Destiny, America, the Grail of Light. This was compiled by Verna Schroeder. The Master stated repeatedly in the Bridge to Freedom journals that North America is to be the heart center of the permanent golden age, an age that is now dimly touching the horizon. It was in North America that the first life streams embodied upon the planet Earth. At the completion of their journey, mankind again will connect with the place from which they started. It has been stated by the Master Saint Germain. America's destiny was seen and planned from the beginning. We look upon the United States as the ascended master nation of the earth, whose threefold flame becomes the magnet to raise every other nation into the eternal perfection of the octave of the ascended masters. Here is the only spot on earth where there is a chance of establishing this great perfection, for America has not been drenched in human blood for countless ages, as has Europe. All great wars upon this planet took place on both sides of North America. Great devastations of war also took place on Lemuria. Once, when the great civilization had reached its apex in America, it used the flag you are using now. This country has a tremendous concentration of vital energy within it by reason of the fact that here was the initial pulsation in the world of form. This very vital force has enabled it to come so far in just a few centuries. In your beloved America, in the not so far distant future, will come forth a recognition of the real inner self, the I Am presence, and her people will express high attainment. She is a land of light, and her light shall blaze forth, brilliant as the sun at noonday, among the nations of earth. She was a land of great light ages ago, and will come again into her spiritual heritage, for nothing can prevent it. A perfect form of government will come when you have cast off certain fetters within that hang like fungi and sap your strength. Beloved ones in America, be not discouraged. When the seeming dark clouds hang low, America shall fulfill her destiny. Another golden age shall reign upon earth, and it shall be maintained for an eon. The plan for the permanent golden age is already complete at inner levels. Many of you, we trust, will be the builders. That definite design shall be fulfilled regardless of all of the appearances of this hour. There is no such thing as escaping its fulfillment. It could come so much sooner if the people would awaken and would send us more calls for this light. Other nations of destiny. In addition to those living in America, the peoples of Egypt, China, South America, and Germany are being asked by the masters to make a valuable contribution to the permanent golden age. Out of Egypt came forth in an early cycle very great light, and out of Egypt will come again very great light. From Saint Germain. China has yet a great service to fulfill for the planet Earth. The Mahachohan. South America will receive increased importance because it is here that the seventh root race shall find embodiment. Now we are entering a cycle wherein the seventh root race shall quickly have expression on earth. When the seventh root race enters, all members will be found to be equipped with magnificent voices. All will be able to both precipitate and levitate from the time of birth, and they will have the knowledge of the heavenly realm. The seventh root race is due to come forth for the most part, in South America. Some will arrive in North America. We have chosen South America because across Brazil and throughout that country, which is now jungle, the earth has had some time to rest. Within the very earth itself, down to about 15 feet below its surface, from Peru to the Amazon, along the Amazon to Rio de Janeiro, an activity of the violet flame has been established. This will result in a great number of poisonous reptiles being spewed forth into the Amazon and then out into the ocean. The color of the Amazon will turn to a beautiful sapphire blue. When mature, the members of the seventh root race will look distinct from all others. Their hair will be amber. They will have seraphic faces, slender figures, long limbs, and long tapered fingers. The women will look like goddesses. From the great divine director.
Ah, thank you, Terry. Always so beautifully read too. Thank you. And now we're going to watch a lovely video. I think you're going to enjoy this one, I hope. It's about a cow. It's just the most lovely video, I thought. Oh, sorry, I've got the kitty by mistake. This is also lovely, but we watch the cow one next week. This is a very determined little cat. It's such a character. So I hope you enjoy this one.
He was pushing his face into the cage to where he was losing hair. He was so stressed to where he didn't want to really eat. I got a call from the shelter manager. They were wondering if we could do like a temporary foster because they felt really bad and they didn't want him to injure himself anymore.
Baby. It's okay, baby.
We were just like, okay, yeah, we can do it. When we brought him home, he was not scared at all.
Are you hungry? Huh? Are you hungry, Bug?
He was out and about. As soon as you went to pet him, he would just start kissing on you and loving on you.
What you doing, buddy?
My husband's more of a dog person. Bug's all about the love. He pretty much would not let my husband ignore him. My husband's like, oh, we're keeping him for sure. I was just like, oh my gosh, we can't have another cat. We just adopted two. He finally talked me into it, and the ladies at the shelter thought it was just so funny that it was actually my husband that was wanting to keep him.
What you doing, Bug? What? Hi, puppy.
He likes to play with his brothers. When they were on top of the refrigerator, Leo was wanting to come over to me and get some attention, and Bug was just like, no, we're playing. We're not done here. He fits in really well with everybody. He's just so goofy.
I just so enjoyed that. It was such a lovely story and just so filled with love. And that lovely cat had such a character. Okay, so now we do our decree that this wonderful opportunity we have every week to help our brothers and sisters that have passed on in the psychic and astral realm. So we say together with our mics muted, this great opportunity. Beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the Lords of Karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. Now I'm going to read from Friendship with the Gods, from beloved Lady Naja. So she's an individualization of the feminine aspect of divinity, a member of the court of beloved Lord Gautama, who we know is the Lord of the world, that great and beloved Lord Gautama. And she says, "Good evening, beloved ones. I am Naja, and I would like to bring to you this evening an example of the great love of our blessed Gautama. The other day, I had the privilege of talking with him, and during that time, as he turned his attention to the planet Earth and looked at various life streams who were engaged in spiritual endeavor, he said to me, 'Look at that one, look at that one, look at the other one. They have all crossed a particular hurdle. Blessed be the strength of their light.' He repeated this many times, showing the progress of the Chela, who had true dedication to the light. And then he said to me, 'Do you remember when you followed me in India while I was seeking enlightenment?' Oh, how well I remember the glorious example he set for us, raising and raising his consciousness until his radiation was an aura that encompassed all his followers, reaching ever upward, higher and higher into the very heart of infinity, and without saying, we could tell from his feeling world what he had to overcome. And so it is with all life. Know always that you have a very understanding friend in heaven's realms, our Lord Gautama. Blessed be his holy service to life and light. Love melts away all that is less than perfection, entering the flaming presence of God within your hearts, and feel the pulsation of love, wisdom, and power in perfect balance with the Christ within. And through that love, you can join with us in any activity which takes place in heaven's realms. You will enter the cosmic Christ consciousness. I plead with you, my dear ones, to enter the estate. I myself am one of the lower rungs of the ladder of heaven, but I say to you, melt away all thoughts that are less than Christ's perfection and come and dwell with us in the kingdom of heaven while yet walking the earth. Be a light bearer and know that everywhere you walk, as you pass by your fellow man, he may be heavily burdened, and through your presence you can lighten his burden, and he will need not know from whence that gentleness of love came. Walk this earth as messengers of divine love, and prepare all men to receive the blessing and benediction of our Lord of the world and all the glorious beings assembled at Shambhala. This can become a natural radiation from you, and it shall become a sustaining and enduring pressure of the cohesive power of the universe for the benefaction and raising of all mankind. And remember, You have the beautiful angels from Venus who have come to bring the power of divine love to this earth and to expand its radiation. They are performing a tremendous service to all the evolutions. This evening, the ethers are filled with the most glorious music that you could wish to hear. Some of the melodies of those are those that are sung by the angelic host on Venus. Ask when you retire this evening to tune into this exquisite harmony of the spheres and see those beautiful sparkling particles of light upon which these harmonies flow, forming a great crescendo, filling the earth with their divine essence. You can, you know, all that is required is a humble heart filled with divine love. And how beautiful is that? I just love that. So now we're going to sing I Am Presence, Make All Come Into the Light. And this is a new one, which beloved Scott from Portland helps us do. God bless him. He's just so marvelous. And beloved Johannes, who works tirelessly behind the scenes as well, making all this possible. So we're going to enjoy singing this one, I hope. Okay, it's lovely. Beautiful song. Okay, so now beloved Antoinette is going to take us through our decrees. So very important as we call for the light. Thanks, beloved Ant.
And thank you for that wonderful new song. I think we're going to be singing it again tomorrow morning. So I'm glad we had some practice. So now this wonderful opportunity that we have to make these calls. So without further ado, we place our attention on our mighty, beloved I Am Presence, giving all love, power, and authority to our I Am Presence as we say together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely and illumined the source, so this may never act again. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Now our decree for protection. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed. And what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. And together now we just visualize that mighty tube of light, that protective pillar of light surrounding each and every one of us, and that mighty armor of light, beloved Archangel Michael, enfolding us, this wonderful group, our families and loved ones, and all constructive people across the face of the earth. We thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. In every court throughout the world, knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. And now our wonderful violet fire decree, after which we'll have a wonderful visualization together. Mighty I am presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause our mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend, mighty angels descend, mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now we just feel ourselves completely enfolded in that golden flame of victory as we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now we end off with our call to the secret love star. Right now, all of us, all around the world, place our attention on the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun shining in the heavens for this 2,000-year period. That supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. And together now, each and every one of us see that light, pink and golden rays from the secret love star directed into every human heart, enfolding every man, woman, and child in that cosmic divine love, expanding that feeling of unconditional love, of harmony and gratitude, of kindness and tolerance, of respect and courtesy, of goodwill, of unity and brotherhood, Saint Germain's holy family. Together now, we just visualize our entire earth, and the entire nature kingdom, every man, woman, and child, bathed in this pink and golden light from the secret love star, each and every one opening their hearts to receive this gift of divine love. I am the presence, filling my being and world, and that of all mankind, with light and love from the secret love star. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, beloved aunt. Absolutely wonderful. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. All right, so now we're going to have the closing invocation, and I just thinking here, who hasn't read for a while? Teresa, would you like to read?
Sure. Closing invocation. Beloved, I am presence and beloved Master Kathumi. Nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am. Pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Okay, marvelous. Bless you. All right, lovely. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming. And let's just take a moment now just to send love and gratitude for what we received. Just love and gratitude to the beloved ascended masters and the great host of legions of light that are assisting our beloved earth and our individualized I am presence. Just deep love and gratitude. And for the mighty victory Saint Germain's holy star. And thank you so much for coming. Yeah, so feel free to open now. I'm going to stop the share because I know that's what you do. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, Cynthia, for everything. Love and hugs to everybody.
You too, Norm. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks.
Everyone, for a lovely evening.
Thank you, everybody. That was lovely.
Have a blessed
Bless
night
you.
and day. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
God bless you guys.
Yes, God bless you all.
Cynthia.
Love and
Thank you,
light.
Anthea.
Oh, love.
God bless. Bye.
Hi, John. Let me get the video on here. Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, it was lovely to have you. Thanks.
Blessing. Thank you so much.
Oh, you too, beloved Jay.
Yeah, lots of love. Lots of love.
Lovely. I think Vanessa might be on. Your friend.
Ooh. Hi, V.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Yeah, thank you. Marvelous service. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you for reading. Okay, lovely. Thanks so much. Wonderful week, everybody. God bless. Take care. I think we're in for
God bless you all.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Sending you all.
Bye.
Blessing. Thank you so much.
Lots of love.
That was a beautiful cat recording. Oh my God. And El Moya, that El Moya video was, wow, just beautiful, honey. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.
Oh, bless you, Jade. Oh, love to you too. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I also love the cat one. It's just put such
Oh, this touched my heart. I have a Siamese boy, so that was incredible.
Herman little kitty, that one, boy. Oh, it's just too sweet. But anyway, yeah. Lots of love, everybody. God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you and God bless.
Oh, you too, beloved Delia. Bye.
Bye-bye.